welcome back to another episode of A Million and One Stories. As always, we are your lovely co hosts, and today we are here to keep the conversation going on friendships and, of course, maintaining friendships during quarantine. So, the first question I want to pose to you ladies is, how has quarantine or the pandemic affected your friendships, if at all?
I feel like it's opened my eyes to some of the friendships that I had. And wanting to be closer to God, He opened my eyes and He's blessed me with the power of discernment. And
Amen.
I mean, I can see someone who is just not for me a lot more quickly than, before when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the pandemic, it really just opened my eyes to who people really were and the evil spirits that were around them. And I realized, like, I was doing great, but I felt like there was someone who was on my boat where they were really trying to put a leak into my boat. And, God blessed me with dreams and visions where it was like, you need to stop messing with this person or being around this person. And, I really just opened my eyes and just started paying attention to, the different energies that I had around me. And to the point where I deaded that person, I deaded Facebook, I deaded Instagram, because I felt like, what do I even have all of these friendships for? I barely speak to any one of y'all. You know what I mean? I'm trying to, prove myself or, present myself in a certain way to, get these likes or get these people to talk to me or whatever. And it's like, you ain't my friend.
Yeah.
So I'm just grateful to be in this place where, like, I don't need to be on a Facebook. I don't need to be on an Instagram to feel worthy. I am my friend. Jesus is my friend. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no other fake people who want to pretend to be my friend. I know who you are. And that's why I said before, when I say friendship, I really like I hold you to a high standard. And I don't just think it's a friendship. I think it's a sisterhood. It's a brotherhood. Because at the end of the day, we're going to all make mistakes. But how often are you making that mistake? You know what I mean? How often am I going to have to continue forgiving you for that same mistake? So it's like, okay, at the end of the day, I can't judge nobody, right? But I can choose who my friend is. I can choose who I let around me. And I'm never going to wish bad on nobody. I want the best for everybody. I pray for everyone. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, there are people in this world who have evil spirits in them. And their job is to kill, is to steal, is to take away the energy. Enemies of progress. And they don't want to see you win. And so I'm just grateful for the power of discernment, the fact that I can see if this person is for me and that person ain't for me, and the pandemic, it just made it full circle. It's just like, I had to get some of these people off my boat and I was able to do it,
I so agree with a lot of the things that you said. You have to be mindful of, the energy, right? In general, right? Even with yourself, sometimes you have to be mindful of the energy. And I know that there's a lot of times when I speak, I always say, like, think about yourself, start with yourself. I start with myself. Not only do I say it, but I seriously also try to do it, because I feel like sometimes, assumption is like the biggest weapon of loaded bombs. I don't know if that makes sense. Because you assuming that this person and that person and yourself is going to be doing this and that during this and that situation, when this is not usually the case, right? So maintaining relationship during this pandemic has been helpful for me in a way where I am mindful, like, oh, okay, there was already flags that I
Mm-hmm.
was able to see prior to the pandemic, but I just didn't take action, right? Because I was like, no, maybe it's just me. And that comes with that assumption part of it, No, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm overlooking over this. Maybe I'm this, maybe that, maybe this. But now during the pandemic, I was able to be like, huh, interesting. Okay.
Reflection.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I reflected and I was able to analyze the situation, and I was able to come out and actually see the situation for what the situation was. You know what I mean? And not assume anything, not double guess anything, not make things either worse or better than. You know what I mean? Just let it be what it was and let it unfold to become what it needed to be. And so
Mm-hmm.
to me, it really helped me. I feel like during this pandemic, it helped me really even analyze myself, like, oh, okay, so like you don't really call people, so analyze yourself and know that that's the reason why this person is maybe acting this way. Or that that person doesn't like when you don't call them, or this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? So I was able
Mm-hmm.
to say, oh, okay, so this is what's happening. I love everybody, and I wish and I pray deeply in my heart for everyone to win. There is a purpose for each and every single one of us on this earth, okay? Point blank, period. Regardless if you want to tap into your purpose, and if you don't want to tap into your purpose, that's on you. But for me, if I'm friends with somebody, when I look at people, I don't look at people because of how you look. Your look, I'm
Mm-hmm.
happy for you. You do whatever. But it's because of like, I'm spiritually led towards you. You know what I mean? I'm led towards you. So if I'm led towards you, I'm led to try to build something with you. But if I'm not building anything with you and you just there and you want to suck and suck, something is, trust me, no matter what I do, it's gonna push away. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's naturally, I don't even have to do anything, it's gonna push away. So that friendship is just gonna start dissolving on its own, and I wouldn't even have to do anything. Like, I wouldn't have to be like, oh, blah blah blah. It is just what it would be. And
Yeah.
to be honest, during this pandemic, it actually helped me to be mindful of my own energy, people around me, what type of friends that I know that, have, a good interest at heart for me, and maybe for our friendships, or the people who we surround ourselves with. And
Mm-hmm.
and just also for me to really think about what I need to do. Like, what is it that I want to do? What is it that
Mm-hmm.
my friends want to do? How can I help them? Or some, like I said to you, I don't have to call 24/7, but can we talk every now and then if there's something? Definitely. If you need me and you need an ear, just somebody to listen, I would gladly listen. And if you need me to give you feedback because you don't see it, maybe you want to know why the person didn't see it that way, fine, I would do that too. But I'm not the type of person that I feel like I have to hold on tight to a friendship and then squeeze it into every single drop of juice comes out of it so I can realize that, oh my gosh, I really utilize that friendship. That's not me. And I wouldn't do it because even God doesn't do it with me. So why would I want to do it to anybody else? So that's how I see it. So I have maintained my friendship and I have evaluated my friendship as I go along ever since this pandemic has started. And that's what's been keeping me sane.
Okay. So for me, I think that some friendships have flourished during the pandemic and others not so much. And so I think the underlying theme is being present in your friendship and being aware in your friendships. And like both of you ladies have stated, you had to kind of take a step back, do some reflection, have, utilize discernment, you know what I'm saying, gauge whether the friendship was beneficial or advantageous to you and things of that nature. And I think that for me, reciprocity and accountability is really important. So in my friendships, you know, I take my friendships very seriously. I show up and I show out, and I expect the same. If you're giving me anything less than that, sorry, we're not friends.
It's a
Like,
problem.
you know what I'm saying? You know, you can label however you please, but in my mind, you know, in my eyes, we're not friends. In my heart, we're not friends. So I feel like when I took a step back, you know, I looked at, you know, what I'm doing for my friends and what I'm doing for others. I'm like, dang, you know, I'm not getting that. And so I had to think to myself, okay, do I mirror their actions? Do I do what they're doing to me? No, because then, you know what I'm saying? Although I'm matching their efforts, to me, that is kind of like malicious. That has ill intent behind it because I'm doing it to be spiteful because I'm not getting what I want in return, right? And, you know, growing up in private school, they teach us joy, Jesus, others, you. And so if I put myself on the back burner and I put others before me, my friendships, that is me, and that's how I act as a friend. If I'm not vocalizing my needs, then of course my needs are not being met. So I cannot, you know, punish that friend for that. Now, once I have done that in my friendships, you know what I'm saying, throughout the whole pandemic, you know, the course of that friendship might change. If, you know, things are not fixed, it's going to change. But I have had other friends, like, and it's just like amazing. Like, the bond is amazing. Everything is unmatched. Like, friends, like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I would never have thought that, you know, friendships with this person, you know what I'm saying, would, you know, kind of surpass friendships with someone else. If that makes sense. Not to say you rank your friendships, but just to say, like, expectations wise, if that makes sense. Because you all have expectations with your friends, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Not to say we like rank anyone over the other. To make sure
But
that's
the
very
bond.
clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bond. And so I think that it's very important, like when you're maintaining a friendship during a situation as serious as a pandemic, you have to have reciprocity and accountability. You have to be accountable that I need to be present in my friendships, all of my friendships. And then if we talk every day, twice a day, it doesn't matter the frequency of communication. I need to be present. I need my presence to be felt. I need them to know that I'm still your friend, despite what I have going on and what you have going on. And number two, reciprocity. As much as I'm pouring into you, you have to be able to pour into me. It has to be, because like you ladies have stated, it can't be a take situation, because then that's not a friendship. You're using me. You know what I'm saying? And it's very hard, you know, to kind of wrap your mind around that, because when you have a friend, you cherish that person. You're vulnerable with that person. You know what I'm saying? You have highs, lows, you're quirky, you're goofy. You are just your natural self that others, you know, are not privileged enough to see, because, you know, you cherish that with your friend. And so when you feel like, are you using me? Like, it brings out a more protective version of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because we're all protective of ourselves, our peace, our energy, you know? So it's just like, it's really, 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 really hard, especially during the pandemic, because like I said in our previous video, go and check it out. We'll link it down below. That, you know, we had restrictions. We cannot meet. You know what I'm saying? And if we do meet, it's limited. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, how do you go around all of those challenges and still be present? How do you, like, you know, still be goofy with your girlfriends when you can't see them? Y'all not going out, you know, you're not going out to eat. So it's really difficult, but you have to, like you said, Stacey, in our other video, shout out, that you were creative. You became more creative in how you approach your friendships and what you do with your friends. And like you said, Leticia, like, you reevaluated and kind of did random phone calls because you knew, like, okay, girl, you want me to call you, girl? Okay, I'm gonna call you. Hello. You know what I'm saying? So just the little things, but like you said in our previous video, shout out. You have to know, you know what I'm saying? That's 3 times right there. You have to go check it out. You have to be aware of what your friend needs in that friendship. And if you do not have that, then it's not going to be a fruitful friendship. And I feel like for us, like, we are very much aware of what we need. And if we are missing something, I feel like we are all vocal enough to say, friend, you're not doing it for me.
Right. And for me, when you say that, it makes me think of treating people the way that you want to be treated, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
If you want somebody to, you know, maybe text you every once in a while, call you, whatever, maybe that person wants the same thing, right? And it doesn't have to, you know, everyone is different, we're all unique, but treat people the way you want to be treated, you know? And when I think of that to myself, it's like, okay, maybe I cannot, you know, talk on the phone, like you said, Leticia, because I'm with you on that. I don't know how people be on the phone for 5 hours talking about.
But I love that. I could talk for 5 hours, 10 hours, 24 hours. I always have something to say. There's always something to share.
I'm the type of person, like, I like to be in the moment, like face to face. That's how I am. Or if I can't be face to face because of the pandemic, I'll text you. And it may not be a long text, but what I started doing is sending a quick emoji or those funny gifts like, hey, it's Wednesday. We're almost there. Hey, we made it to Friday again. Hallelujah. You know what I'm saying? Like, just sending a quick message. Hey,
but that's important though, because friendships take work. Like a friendship is, any relationship is work, but most importantly, friendships are work, and you have to put the work in. Like you have to. I can't just wait for y'all to text me. What? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I have to do my part as well, because we have to pull our weight. We have to be equally yoked. You know what I'm saying? Iron sharpens iron. Shout out to the Bible. But we have to, do our part in order to receive whatever benefit or gain that we're looking for. You know what I'm saying? So I think, especially in the pandemic, it's hard work. It's really hard. Because we all have things going on. Every day, we might have like a good day, you know what I'm saying, where it's like, ooh, I can take a moment to myself, but we all constantly always have things going on. We're in a very serious situation, so it's just like, there's that expectation of, okay, well, I know my friend's busy, but I kind of want them to be there for me. You know what I'm saying? It just takes a lot of work and a lot of communication. Shout out to Leticia, who said in our other video alert, that communication is key, and knowing your friendship's communication style is key as well.
Yes, ma'am. And I love the fact that you're shouting out all our videos. So shout out to you for being on shout out person. Hey. But I do want to touch on something that you talked about, Stacey, briefly. You mentioned like, okay, you can relate to the fact that I said, like, I don't want to stay on the phone for like hours and hours, which is 100% true. But because I know myself, you know what I mean? And you know yourself. So that's why you say what you say. And I love that Sierra said, but no, that's not me. Like, I want to be on the phone for hours and hours with you. But my thing is, like, I don't want it to become awkward. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, then we don't have nothing else to say. Then it's like, yo, well what? Unless you entertain me and you know for sure you're going to talk, because after a while, I don't talk that much. I'm being honest. I will literally, it's not that I will not listen, or it won't be like I won't talk back. No, actually we will have I have sat on the phone with a friend of mine, men and women, actually friends of mine, for more than 5 hours. I have them. Especially if we have good conversation where, and before I even keep going forward, we do it sometimes because we are on every Wednesday. We have our calls every Wednesday where we communicate, when we check in on each other, where we talk about our show, where we talk about different topics every now and then, our families and so on and so forth. So we do stay on the phone. Sometimes a meeting that could be for like an hour turns into 2 hours, turns into 3 hours.
2 hours, 3 hours.
And so on and so forth. So we do it. You know what I mean? So I feel like if we are able to carry that conversation, then I feel like that's worthy. But I don't want the other person feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm the only one talking and you're not saying anything.
Right.
But sometimes that's not even the case. It's just like, unless there's something that's bringing that spark of your conversation, trust and believe me, sweetheart, you gonna have a long conversation. You know what I mean? But I just don't want, like, that's why I said you need to know the style of conversation with your friends. Because if you don't know the style, you will assume. And so you come in there with the assumption of explosive, of wrong stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's the wrong thing. And another thing that I do want to say is we do stay present in our friendship. And I'm talking about just us right now, or the three of us. I feel like we stay present because even if we don't know, of course, we're not going to know every single thing that's happening in each other's life at the moment. But because, like I mentioned a minute ago, we do, have phone conversation. We do talk as often as we can. We the whole purpose of creating this this podcast is so that we can stay connected, you know. Even
Right.
if we're not close to each other, we can't go out 24/7, but we still stay connected. And another thing that we do throughout the pandemic, every now and then when we had a chance, we went out to eat, you know.
Yeah.
Even last year we went out.
Brings people together.
Exactly. So, you know, we always implement little things here and there. So even if it's not just the three of us, even if it's just the
Yeah.
two of you guys or the two of us, or, you know, however we did it, we still find little pockets here and there to stay connected. And I feel like that is very important. And that's why
Yeah,
I said,
absolutely.
you know, we might not be together all the time, but for me, and I can't speak for the both of you ladies because I think you guys can do that on your own, but for me, I feel like that is priceless, you know, because yes, I might not see you guys 24/7. Yes, I might not be on the phone with you guys 24/7, but I do hear you guys on Wednesday. So that's like a check-in moment.
Yeah.
You
It's like
have
you automatically know, like, okay, I'm gonna talk to my girls on Wednesday. Like,
exactly,
Yes.
you know what I mean?
yeah.
And then in my conversation, I'm trying to build up things in my head to be like, oh my gosh, girls, let me tell you what I've done.
Yeah.
This and this is what I got. Like I told you guys,
Yeah.
you know, last time I think we were talking, and I told you guys I got a furry baby, right? So
Yes.
you know,
Shout
so
out.
right to my furry baby. Thank God he didn't come crawl into the camera. But you know, so it's like, you know, different things that I'm learning is, but it's also good for myself because now I'm able to feel like, oh my gosh, I can share this and this and this with my girls at
Yeah.
these times, you know what I mean? And so that's why I say, to me, those moments are priceless. And in those moments is when we find out different things for each and every single one of us. Or sometimes we might not even, we might find out earlier than that. Some, you know, one of us
Yeah.
will text each other and be like, hey, I'm dealing with blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And then we acknowledge it. And that's key. For me, I feel like as friends, that's key. Yesterday, I was on the phone with a friend. I was supposed to go out to eat. I'm just going to say this story real quick. And when we were talking, my whole day I had to do so many changes. And then she was like, okay, well, she called me back and she was like, is everything okay? I was like, yeah. And then she called me and it was another friend of ours. They were all together and they were like, girl, we so turned up. We did this. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I'm happy
Yeah.
they have fun. You know, you guys are doing all these things. And then so they were like, okay, so since you couldn't come yesterday with us, can you come with us maybe next week? But to me, that's priceless because it's like, I'm happy to be able to hear that they were able to have fun and they didn't feel bad and I didn't feel bad. And we can talk about what we can do the next week or the other time. You know what I mean? And
Right.
it's like, oh, you can't come, you know, it was kind of like, okay, we on the phone and we stay on the phone for like maybe 20 minutes, just laughing at each other and I was laughing at them because they were drunk, but you know what I mean? So it's those are priceless moments for me. And I think that these are the things that people need to take in consideration, be present and also be mindful of the situation, what's going on, your friendship, yourself, and what you're dealing with.
I like that. But I think we should do the friendship challenge that we talked about, like, was it a couple months ago?
Yeah,
Yeah, we should do that.
I think so too.
So we're gonna think about it, you guys, and if we do it, we're gonna document it and upload it to the channel. But I think that'd be good. That'll be cool.
And then I really do think that if anybody is, that means I need to focus only on me and then focus on the friends that I have. No, whatever you do in your friendship, just be mindful of what it is that you want to accomplish in your
Yeah.
friendship. Yeah, just allow that process to either develop or unfold or whatever it is, because then you don't even know that that friendship might either last a lifetime or sometimes it might not. But in everything, kind of like what you said, Stacy, in the first video that we did about friendship, is
Video shout out.
right. Is you know, there's always a reason why people come into a life. You know, some people
Yeah.
come into a life for a season, some people come into a life for a reason, some people come into a life for a lesson. So
Yeah.
you just gotta be mindful of that, and not that when you become friends with somebody that means, oh, well, what are you here for? No, but like, you know, let the process happen and then it would reveal itself, you know. It's kind of like, and like you said, Sierra, friendship is, it's a relationship. It's like a relationship. It's like literally being in a relationship with another person or another individual, group of people, where you get to know each other and see, well, what is it that I like? What don't you like? What do we like? What can we do? What can't we do? You know what I mean? So on and so forth. But in that friendship, I feel like we should be mindful enough to understand that, okay, um, I don't know. I like it when we talk on the phone 24/7. I like it when
Yeah.
we go out. I like it when we do activities. I like it when you guys laugh at me. I like it when, and so I like to be silly in front of you. And how do you receive it? There's some friends that like to be, they don't want silly people in front of them.
Right.
But that's, you know,
It just depends. Yeah.
right.
Oh my gosh, you should get friendship tattoos, you guys.
That would be so much fun. I'm down.
You know what's so funny though? Didn't we all go into a tattoo parlor, all of us together? We were not gonna all have friendship tattoos, but we all were trying to get a tattoo at the time.
We did.
Yeah, we
did. And
I got one too, but I can't show you mine. But yeah, I got one too. And you did too. We all got one.
We all did. We all got tattoos. So which was great. But just you see, and that's what I said. It's like there's so many great things. There's so many reasons why we come together. And I feel like that on its own is a blessing. And however it unfolds is the greatest part of it.
But you know what I love about our friendship? And I think this is priceless, is the fact that we could go so long. Even if we didn't talk on the podcast, if we didn't talk every week, like we could go a while without talking. And when we got together, it was like we never stopped talking. It is a ball. We have such a great time. There's so much positivity, and it's just awesome. It's so much joy there. And I love that because we understand that we got stuff to do. At the end of the day, we have jobs, we have bills that we got to pay. You know what I'm saying? We have things that we got to take care of. But the fact that we could, you know, go for some time without speaking with each other and then get together, and it was almost like we've been talking every single day. And I believe that is priceless because it shows that we have compassion for each other. It shows that we have empathy for each other. And, you know, we care about how we all feel when we're around each other. We trying to make the best out of every situation. So I just think that's just wonderful that we have that bond, you know.
Yes,
I so agree with that. And with that being said, guys, we just want to thank you so much for everything, for turning into, you know, 1,000,001 Story, watching our videos. We asked so that you can please subscribe, like, share, comment, let us know. Yes, let us know what you think. Let us know how you're dealing with friendship throughout these times. Let us know if, you know, your friends have been solid or if not. And if you...
spill the tea in the comments down below.
Right. Let us know anything. We will be, you know, happy, and we will welcome you into our little friend group. Give us any type of shout out. Give us your name. Let us know where you know, watching from. If you are out of state, out of the country, we would love to hear from you guys. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching 1,000,001 Story. We hope you tune in to our next episode next time on 1,000,001 Story. Thank you so much for watching, and we appreciate you. See you next time.
Woo!